LEED covers more than 120 countries, and we source from almost 20 different sourcing points all over the world.
It's a very complex distribution model because we have a lot of brands, a lot of categories, a lot of territories, and they are all around the world.
So we used to do an air freight shipment and a sea freight shipment together. Air freight goes with all the novelties and critical SKUs, and the sea freight goes with the stock for replenishment and this kind of thing. Early days, we were a startup environment, so the priority was turnover and the priority was accelerated growth. But if you want to get the most recent launch as fast as possible to the market, because launches sell better than existing products, you have a hype, a novelty and so on, so we end up having shipments of air freight almost every other month.
When you ship your goods through sea freight, you emit 120 times less than when you air freight them.
We ended up by 2021, end of the year, one of the biggest contributors probably to the CO2 emission within the affiliates and the groups that we have within L'Oréal, and it became kind of like a black dot on the portfolio of LID.
So the first thing that we did is raising awareness internally. Then we raised awareness among our partners because we had to do a change, a shift in their mindset.
Our distributors are long-term, partners. They've been with us since the beginning, and they've been with us to develop, our brands with a lot of passion, and they really trust us.
But I wish it was that easy, but it wasn't that easy.
At the beginning, they were not cooperative.
Our freight is around 3 to 5 days from picking. It's ready to sell in less than 2 weeks into the market.
And if we take the boat, it could take 3 months to 6 months.
At the same time, it's also our responsibility to make sure that even we increase the turnover, the volume, we can decrease the CO2 emission.
It was many months of discussions and negotiations with them.
I would say there is some founding event.
We took the opportunity of having the first convention with our partners in Cannes in September 2022.
That was the opportunity really to expose what we believe in, what we want to achieve, how we want to embark the communities. And I think that is really the turning point where all the functions, all the departments of LEED were really embarked, committed.
I would say the game changer was really the support of our sales team, because those were the persons who were frontline with them.
We decided to put in place a workshop with our distributors. We identified their main pain points, and we worked together to find the common solutions.
If they need more time to increase their stock, fine. We can let you 3-4 months, the time that you build the inventory. If they don't have the money to build this, we can let them more time to pay for the credit, but for every problem, there's a solution.
We started retro planning, for 6 months ahead of time, for 12 months ahead of time. So we improved our planning, we improved our forecasting on key launches, on animations, on our activity in the market.
It was like a miracle because we improved everything. It was a win-win situation.
Over time, the distributors and the partners started to play along.
So we stopped air freight in August 2024, and we didn't have any single air freight in 2025. Not a single shipment.
So between 2022 and 2025, the business of LEED tripled, while the CO2 emission increased by only 20%. In terms of air freight, our CO2 emission in 2025 were representing no more than 1% instead of the 36% in 2022.
Meaning that LEED practices successfully decoupling, growing in terms of business and decreasing in terms of volumes, in terms of emissions in the same time. LEED is really today showcasing that it's possible to engage discussions and engage reduction of impact with our ecosystem.
Today, the distributors are fully on board on the L'Oréal for the Future program. I would say 100% they are converted.
And at the end, the clients came to us and said, you know what? You were really tough back then, but we are happy that you were tough back then.
They're very proud and very passionate.
LEED teams, you can be proud of what you achieved for L'Oréal for the Future.